Sarah here. Welcome back for another Moose and Adventure. It is January 8th. It's not January 9th yet. January 8th. And the official Christmas season, our holiday season at Disneyland just ended yesterday. So I'm really curious to see what kinds of holiday decorations they still have up. Granted, I know they're going to have a bunch because just like it takes a little bit for them to get them up, it also takes a little bit for them to get down. But I'm especially curious to know if their big trees are up. And it's kind of a weird time to go. I have a feeling crowds are going to be less. I'm going to be taking a look at what crowds are like too. But there's really no entertainment. Like some of their big shows that have been here, like the Lion King show. Yesterday was its last day. When we were looking at the app, I don't think there's bands or anything today, which is kind of sort of weird. But so far, downtown Disney still looks absolutely gorgeous. And heading into Disneyland in just a minute. So as far as downtown Disney goes so far, they did move their really cool photo app. They had a really cute snowman here with a larger tree, and that is gone. But I suppose that's to be expected. All of this stuff is still up on the turnstiles as you come through. It looks really pretty, but I did notice one major thing is missing when I got right into the park. See if you can spot it. Did you see or not see what I saw? If you notice the lamps, they are not decorated anymore. They were so pretty for the holidays with wreaths and bows and absolutely gorgeous. Those apparently were one of the first things to go. Coming around the corner, I'm guessing the tree is probably not here, but let's see. It's still here. The tree is still up. All of the garlands on all of the buildings, the wreaths are still up. Again, the only thing that I'm noticing that is gone is all of the cool decorations on the lampposts. Let's get a closer look. And I didn't notice it at first because I was looking at the garlands and the tree, but the other thing that is gone is, should I make you guess? See if you can guess. If you've come here or seen pictures, you'll know right away. If you said no garland on Main Street hanging across the street, you're absolutely correct. The other thing that's missing is the big long line in front of the tree to get a picture, but they also don't have the photo pass there anymore either. But if you wanted that big, beautiful picture by the tree, you still get a chance without the big long wait. But the gorgeous view of the castle's still there. The castle's still all decorated. It's interesting to me to see what they've chosen to take down first and what's still up because there's still so many awesome decorations up. Other thing that's noticeably different from all of Christmas season, or actually all the way since September, because Halloween and the holidays since September have been really crowded here, is that there's no crowds. The last couple of months, walking down Main Street has felt so crowded. My son is laughing. He's like, "Oh no, there's crowds." There are crowds because there's always crowds. This is Disneyland. It's just what it is. But it's really not bad walking around Disneyland today. Still haven't looked at the lines for the rides, but so far I'm excited to be here. The other thing that's a little bit crazy is we had what I thought was an unusually warm December. Oh, it is freezing today. I think the high is only supposed to be 50, which I know if you're from somewhere else that snows or gets really cold, you're probably laughing, but I am freezing. It is so cold. And that was one thing that in the past for Christmas and the holiday seasons, it's been really cold here, and it really wasn't. It wasn't bad at all. But today is cold. Adventureland isn't really decorated anymore either. Or like Tiki Room. Here we go, coming around here. Really curious to know what the wait times were like. It doesn't seem nearly as crowded as it did during the holidays. So we'll see. First stop will be Jungle Cruise. It looks like Jungle Cruise might be decently busy because there are quite a few people upstairs, but it's kind of hard to tell from this angle. Alrighty, so here we go. Let's see. Jungle Cruise is saying 30 minutes. That's not too bad, and there's no line outside of people waiting. That line usually moves pretty fast. Indiana Jones says 50 minutes. That's about standard. So that's not crazy long, not greatly short either, but not terrible. I'm super curious to know about is the wait time for Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean is not one that normally has a crazy long line, but they did just switch it and add it temporarily, is what they said, to their Genie Plus. And I'm curious to know how that impacts the line because I think it's going to take a line that normally isn't terrible and make it a lot longer, but we'll see. And I'm not even positive if it's transitioned over to Genie Plus yet. I just know that I've heard that it's coming. So let's see what the line's like. Pirates of the Caribbean looks great. It's only 20 minutes. When it gets long, it actually comes outside of the queue and even goes over the bridge. 20 minutes is phenomenal. And I've noticed with the Pirates of the Caribbean, lots of times it's way shorter than they say that it is. And it doesn't look like the Genie Plus has happened there yet. Happy to report that New Orleans Square is still totally decorated for the holidays. It is so pretty. It's gonna seem so. This is kind of interesting too because the light posts over here are still decorated, even though the ones coming in on Main Street were not. It looks like they've shut down already the outside of Haunted Mansion to get ready for the big shutdown that is coming as they renovate and change the line. That's one of the things I absolutely love about the holidays is that they redo temporarily. They have that overlay of the Haunted Mansion holidays with the Nightmare Before Christmas, and that's one of the big pluses for coming during the holidays is to get to see it. I'm happy to report that even though the holidays have officially ended yesterday and It's a Small World is already down for renovation as they change it back to the normal Small World, Haunted Mansion is still up and running today. And they've already closed the outside queue. It looks like it's only 20 minutes, which is incredibly awesome. Not even a long line for Genie Plus, because that during the height of the holiday season was an hour and a half. Like that line got so long that like that's moving so fast. And yeah, the gonna get a closer view actually. It's not the world's greatest view, but they have already shut down. Like we saw the outside of the queue, they've actually already shut down the inside of the queue too, and you can see scaffolding back there. So they have in fact started to revamp or change up how the line's going to be for Haunted Mansion. This is the most I've seen them working during the day on Tiana's in a long time too, but they've got lots of people out there working, and the outside is starting to look totally different. One of the other lines that's typically really long in Disneyland is Rise of the Resistance. So I'm going to head over there because I'm curious to see how the holidays ending has impacted, if any at all, to what Rise of the Resistance and Star Wars Land looks like. So far, if this is any indication, the line is not outside of the building at all. And Star Wars Land itself is lovely. It feels so nice and so empty. It's such a wonderful day to be at Disneyland, minus that there's really not a lot of entertainment or some of those fun things that happen during the holidays. And there's no parade, and I'm missing that. And there's no fireworks show this week as well. There's definitely a steady stream of people coming in, but I have not seen what their official wait time says yet. Oh, 25 minutes. That is nothing. 25 minutes for Rise of the Resistance. It is a great day. The line of the Rise of the Resistance goes really fast. There's benches to sit down, but with a 25-minute line, yeah, you're not waiting in line for anything. I'm a big proponent of not buying Genie Plus, and I won't buy Lightning Lane. I'll just wait until the times go down. It's only 25 minutes. Now, granted, we just got here. I don't know what it's been like all day long, and it looks like there's a decent amount of people coming now, so maybe that wait time will go up, because I have noticed that people, the time will get changed. It'll be like 25 minutes, and everybody that's watching the app is like, let's go now. By the time they get there, it's not 25 minutes anymore. The flip side of that is also true. I probably shouldn't be telling this secret, but sometimes when you see like the wait times are like 90 minutes, I don't know, 20 minutes, you can usually head over there, and people see that they don't want to go. It brings that wait time back down, and so when you get in line, it's not nearly as long as they say. That doesn't always hold true, but lots of times that is exactly what happens. Yeah, sure enough, everybody's running because that said 25 minutes, right? 25 minutes is incredible. So there was nobody coming in from the direction I went from, although granted right now there's not a whole lot past like Haunted Mansion and Winnie the Pooh that direction, but there's a decent amount coming this way. So there's a chance that wait time is going to change, but still 25 minutes, that's awesome. I have a son that broke his leg. If any of you guys watch my reels, I posted a reel about it a while ago because we got to Disneyland late in the day. We tend to come later in the day, and I didn't realize that wheelchairs could sell out. So, anyways, long story shorter, we got in the park, couldn't get a wheelchair, had to rent a scooter. So he hasn't really come with me a whole lot during the holiday season because it wasn't very fun for him to come on a scooter. And I mean like one of those knee scooters. So he has to physically push it and everything, and that can be tiring. And as friendly as Disneyland is, sometimes with the bricks and stuff, it's just a pain to ride it through there. So, anyways, I talked to him into coming today, and he doesn't like hopping in and out of the rides, but cross your fingers because he's not supposed to be in a cast anymore. I think they were moving him to a walking boot, but Starter is not calling us back. So the doctor originally said, well, if it breaks or anything, you just come immediately because we'll fix it, if it's cast breaks. So I'm to the point that I'm like, okay, time to break that cast, buddy. Only half joking. My sound did not work through this section at all, but as I came around the corner into Fantasyland, I was trying to see if the wait times would be less because they're definitely less than a lot of the other places in the park. However, Fantasyland was still pretty steady. I'm gonna guess. See if I'm not. I'm gonna guess. One of the things that they do at Disneyland that they don't do at Walt Disney World is characters will just walk around the park. I did not even realize it at first, but I was following Flynn Rider through Fantasyland. That was awesome. I almost didn't notice Flynn because he's just walking around Fantasyland. It's stuff like that I absolutely love about Disneyland. And I forgot to look at what the wait time was for Mr. Toad's, but I'm pretty sure it says 15 because I was busy thinking, I got to see Flynn Rider. So I think a lot of these lines, there's the teacups, coming to Small World. I'm not going to walk down to Toontown because I told my son I wouldn't take forever. I left him on a bench in on Main Street because he's like, I just don't want to walk around the park today. But it's still sort of decorated, but it looks like, I can't tell if the lights are on or not. I might come back tonight and look. But it still has the big Santa hat on, but it is not open. But the doesn't look like anything's up around it yet. And I think they do put stuff around it when they actually transform it. But all the wreaths are still out and look so pretty. Matterhorn's saying 50 minutes, and I'm going to guess that's about right based on how many people are here. And the air today fits the snow on the mountain because it is cold. It's kind of biting. I'm a little bit nervous because I brought an extra sweatshirt, but I already put it on because I was cold. So tonight when that sun goes down and it gets really cold, I might be in trouble. I'm going to do a really quick walk by Space Mountain and Buzz Lightyear. My son just sent me a message saying, Mom, the band's coming at 4:15. Hurry back, and it's 4 o'clock right now. So I'm going to walk around here because that if you've ever been during a holiday season, this area back here gets so congested and so crowded. It's not bad to walk around at all today. Like today is such a great day. I realize I probably could have just looked at the app to see what the wait times are. It's so much more fun to do the full circle tour around the park. Space Mountain is at 60 minutes. Space Mountain is one of the few rides that you can't see the queue to know how accurate that is until you're actually in the queue because it is upstairs. But I'm walking by. Oh, guess what? I was a little bit wrong. Just spotted some more Christmas. The Star Wars store, still has a few remnants left over from Christmas, but most of that has transitioned out. Looks like they've got some of their Christmas spirit. Christmas stocking, but really not much is left. There's their new balloons for 2024. Aren't they so cute? I love the designs on them. And there's a few hidden Christmas ones in there. Made it back to Main Street and the Ducks in time to see the band. So I don't know where the band's gonna be. We're down in front of Jolly Holiday. I guess they made an announcement saying that the band was coming. So I don't know if it's gonna be in front of the castle or in front of Main Street. So we'll wait and see. Oh, I can hear it. I think it might be the castle. Oh, actually, I think we're wrong. I think it's gonna be Main Street because they've got the Dapper Dance. I can hear them and only sort of see them. I think they're Main Streeting it. They're Main Streeting it. So we're gonna make a mad dash down to the train station. Had to get another view because I don't think this is gonna be too much longer. Hoping they turn on the lights at night, but I don't know why they wouldn't. The tree's still up. Didn't think about this because of the time. They're here for the flag salute. That makes a lot of sense. I don't know why I hadn't put two and two together because of the time. Of course, it was a flag salute, but we were able to grab a bench right here in front of the train station, and we had a great view for it. We're now going to head over to California Adventure and go on those couple rides I told you, and then when we come back later on tonight, we're going to go on the Haunted Mansion holiday for maybe what might be one of the very last times. We're going to take advantage of virtually no lines there. They are doing mixed magic, but it's just a projection show because it's not a weekend. And the only other entertainment we really saw in the park at all today was that they're still doing the shows at the Fantasyland Theater, which happened to be, maybe it's called the Royal Theater. It's called the Royal Theater. It doesn't matter. It's right over by the castle. But they're doing Belle and Tangled. Those shows are absolutely phenomenal. If you've never seen them, go see them. We made my brother and his family go see it last time we were there, and he was like, "How come you've never told me about this? This might be the best thing I've ever seen there," and it is. It's super, super cool. So make sure you go see that. But it's weird after like so much great entertainment to come and not have there be any, and it's going to be really weird. There's no characters out yet, and we didn't see when we came in. I don't know why we didn't see him, but it's gonna be really weird after the whole year of the 100-year celebration, and then their Halloween outfits, and then their Christmas outfits, to have them just be back to just normal Goofy and Mickey and Chip and Dale. They're still wonderful, but it'll be kind of weird. This is a little a side note, even though I saw Flynn a little bit ago, is that if you see the characters in the park and they're just walking, they do um, walk around the park by like Fantasyland, and like I didn't even notice that I was following Flynn Rider, and there were so many people that weren't coming up to him. He was literally just strolling through Fantasyland by himself. If you want pictures, if you want an autograph, you can totally get them, but you just have to ask. Even sometimes when there is a crowd around them, you still have to ask. And I hate to say it, you kind of have to be a little bit pushy, a little bit more aggressive than you'd maybe be, or you won't get that autograph because they don't stop. They just continue walking, and you'll get that autograph and that picture as they walk around the park. But they're awesome. Make sure that you stop them, talk to them. That's again one of my favorite things about Disney is that they're just literally walking around in their park. I was not originally intending to film California Adventure as part of this, but why not? Might as well, right? Because here we head into remaining remnants of Festival of the Holidays. It was so weird to look at the calendar today and have like no entertainment going on, like Paradise Garden Grill or like any of the different stages that they've had all season. But it's still decorated and so pretty. It looks like their lights are still on. Can't tell if the trees there or not yet though. If you watch the lights turn on Main Street, but not the Christmas lights or the tree with it, but all the Christmas lights are still on. And Their light posts are still decorated in California Adventure. So far, in terms of feeling super Christmassy and like nothing's changed, it's California Adventure for the wind. Minus that I missed the Christmas music. I was not ready for the holidays to be over. So pretty. I would be really, really surprised based on the fact that they are still super, super decorated and the fact that Disneyland still had its tree up. I would be so surprised if the tree is not up in California Adventure. They were later to put their tree up as well. Let's see. Is it there? Is it there? I can't see it. It might be down. Interesting. It is. They put up their tree later than Disneyland, and it's so empty. Alas, alack, the tree is gone. Smoke Jumpers Grill really quick to get some water. And happy to report, don't know how much longer they'll be there, but they still have the Donald Duck Christmas tree sipper as well as their hot chocolate tumbler. I really want one, and I didn't get one the entire holiday season, so I may get one today. They also still got their seasonal food offering that was here for the Christmas holidays as well. Again, I don't know how much longer it's going to be here, but if there was something that you really wanted to try, because there was a lot of really good stuff for the holiday seasons, it's still here. They've also still got some of their holiday merch in some of their big main shops as well. This is on Buena Vista Street, Disney's California Adventure. It is, I'm a little bit too close. Just be walking by me. It's very limited on what they have still available and their sizes, but hey, look what I found in Hollywood Studios in our main store here. I did in fact find some of the leftover holiday merch. This might be it. Very, very, very limited in their sizes, but they still got some. All right, I'm gonna walk through one more spot. I'm gonna walk through Cars Links. I'm curious to see if they've still got everything up there. I'm gonna guess that they still do, but we'll see. Incidentally, the sun went down or is going down, and it is getting cold, like so cold, and there's a little bit of a wind. I think it would still be cold, but with this wind, it's cold. So plan accordingly. Look at the weather app. I believe the high was only 50 today, and I know there's people that are laughing saying 50 is not cold. But 50 in California, well, I think 50 is cold anyway, but it's cold. And when it gets cold at night, even though it's California, it can dip down to like the 30s and the 40s. And if you are not prepared, like wear layers, Disneyland's not very fun when you're cold. So plan accordingly. My thought is always to just kind of bring extra. I put leggings in my bag. I've got big old fuzzy socks that I swap out for my thinner socks with my tennis shoes. This is the only time of year that you'll ever find me wearing tennis shoes. I'm a flip flop gal. But bring the layers, because if you don't end up using them, that's great. But if you want them and you don't have them, cold is just cold. But look at how pretty that is. So pretty at night. And the lights look so pretty at night. So headed down here to walk down. The booths are still out, it looks like, from the Festival of the Holidays, but they are not serving food anymore. So if there was Festival of the Holidays food that you wanted, you're out of luck, even though some of the others in their main shops are still there. Festival of the Holidays is not, even though their booths are still up. Hey, it's a goof. Wow, Cars Land looks like it might be stripped of all of its Christmas. I was not really expecting that, to be honest, but wow. Yeah, and I gotta find a break and make a run for it, but Yeah, a lot of Cars Land has already been taken down. There's still a little bit kind of down at the end, but before when you walked through here, it was wow. Like they have the big garlands across the street, and just this area was so bright and so lit up. And yeah, it looks like when they ended yesterday. So I mean, they've got a decent amount down for being one day, but it looks like they concentrated on Cards Land. I'm gonna walk all the way down because I just overheard a guest saying that Cars was a 65-minute wait and they opted not to wait in line for it, which I get it. 65 minutes is long. However, considering that at the height of the holiday season, I saw it at 120 minutes plus, 65 minutes is nothing. I'm going to come down here and double check it just to be sure, but there's still a little bit down here at the end of Cars Land. But if you look back this way, like you'd never even know that Christmas just ended yesterday. Here's the other side of the street, but I'm guessing when I come back tomorrow, kind of wondering if the rest of this is going to be all gone. I don't know. I'm kind of surprised at how much it's gone now. All right, made it down to the end of the street, turning the corner. What does it say? Yeah, it's saying 60 minutes. I noticed though sometimes it goes faster than it says it is. It all totally completely depends on how many people go in that lightning lane, but 60 minutes is not that bad for cars. So I want to know, have you ever been to Disneyland or California Adventure during the holiday seasons? Would you do it again, even though it's a little bit more crowded? Okay, a lot of bit more crowded than some of the other times of the year. Or would you rather go like this week where it's not nearly as crowded? You can still catch some of the decorations, but there's not as much. Let me know in the comments below which one you prefer. The more Christmassy with all the entertainment, or less crowds, but some of that, well, I was going to say some of that magic is gone. Lightning McQueen coming on through. Ka-chow. It's getting darker. It's getting colder. On that note, from Lightning McQueen, I'm going to say over and out. Going to go catch Soarin' Over California and then go ride Haunted Mansion Holiday for what might be the last time. Thanks for joining me for this Moose and Adventure, and I'll see you real soon.